Welcome to episode 126 of the OVW podcast, the original podcast of Ohio Valley Wrestling. My name is Jackman Oaks.
I'm Brian Hines.
And I'm Brian Allen.
Today we get into all of the action from OVW Rise, that's OVW 1378, as well as the Nightmare Rumble 2026, which both broadcast over the last week from legendary Hot Point Davis Arena. I'm very glad, just here at the outset of the show, I'm very glad that OVW has made the move toward giving these huge events like the Nightmare Rumble, like Christmas Chaos at the end of the last year. I'm really glad that they are being put up on YouTube Live and they're staying on YouTube. I think that the access has been huge. You guys know me. I love to stay on the comment section.
Yeah.
Ever since they've been releasing, because I do think it's a lot easier to get internet wrestling fans or whatever to congregate around the tentpole event. Like a Nightmare Rumble. We love Rumbles. We all know what a Rumble is. It's Rumble season and elsewhere in the wider wrestling world. I noticed that the feedback, the comments, the people that were leaving them, these are a lot of new people. I think that there's more of them. What do you guys kind of think of the move toward, I mean, we're still preserving these events as huge tentpole events, but we're making them more accessible. What do you guys think of that move here early in late last year and on into 2026?
That's the word right there. More accessible, man. It's that accessibility factor that's not very present in a lot of other companies right now, man.
I love that.
Especially the bigger ones. It's done nothing but go on the other side of that spectrum, and it's getting hard to get your wrestling now, man. Just know, not even just what you got to fork over to get it, but where to get it. It's everywhere.
There's like 18 streaming services that one Connecticut-based wrestling promotion seems to have their content on.
And that's why I'm out. I have not watched an episode of their Monday show since they moved to Netflix. I haven't watched any of their premium events, minus John Cena's last match.
Well, that wasn't a premium event. That was that Saturday night thing they do.
Saturday night's main event.
Yeah.
It's that one.
And that's it. And to echo his point, it's completely inaccessible for the average person in terms of affordability and user friendliness. And what OVW is doing is like the opposite of industry current events wisdom. And everybody else in the industry, you're doing it wrong because OVW is doing it right. That's how you get it done. That's how you keep people informed. You keep them entertained. And as far as that goes, OVW is knocking it out of the park, where everybody else is kind of failing.
Yep.
Another thing I'd kind of like to talk about, too, is this week, the little company that can't be stopped, TNA, is making their debut on AMC.
Oh, that's right.
Of all places. AMC 15 years ago was known as the hub for prestige television. We got Mad Men. We've got Breaking Bad on. We've got, later on, Better Call Saul, a bunch of other would-be Emmy hits. Like, AMC obviously kind of trying to change their image a little bit, and they're tying their cart to the horse that is TNA. Do you think that kind of wider acceptance in the entertainment sphere for wrestling, do you think that could finally lead us to, and the accessibility, just like the groundswell of fan support, genuine fan support that you can have whenever your product is more accessible, do you think that this could lead us to that thing we've been looking for since we started this podcast, which is the OVW kind of national TV deal or international TV deal? Like, we're at the beginning of 2026. What are some things we're going to have to do to see that? Do you think it's possible? Do you think the wrestling boom might be a little bit over, and just like LOL and TA fashion, that they came on a little late? I mean, what are you thinking?
I feel like the path is forming for that, and a path is laid by laying one stone at a time. It starts with wrestlers on Netflix, and then the Connecticut folks have a deal at Netflix, and now TNA has a deal with AMC, which used to be American Movie Classics.
Yeah,
right?
It was not too long ago that it was movies only, and then they switched to like prestige television, and now they're showing TNA.
I definitely feel like those couple of events in particular have helped pave the way, or at least open the door a little bit for something like that to happen. It's, for me, it's just a matter of when.
Brian
I like
Allen,
that.
anything to add?
Yeah, no, I like that. A matter of when, really. It's a shame that wrestling boom you just talked about. We know who kind of, I'm not going to say controls that, but they have a lot of say in it, right? The company in Connecticut.
So that's my dumb. Y'all
yeah.
don't have to follow that as a rule. It's not, that's not a producer's order. That's just
Yeah.
my dumb joke.
I like it, though.
I like to call them Connecticut and Jacksonville. I got to learn where TNA actually is. But
I like
You're-
that.
in
I'm going to start
our
saying
hearts,
that.
In our hearts.
In our hearts, yeah.
I guess its longest base would have been Nashville.
right.
It feels like things are kind of dying down again almost as quick as they came on, but I think it is, like you just said, a matter of when. Because that market's going to take off again. It's going to be super in the mainstream realm again. And OVW, they're just doing the right things to plant those seeds to take advantage of when that market jumps back up, man. Because it always jumps back.
And go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I'm good.
I think that is such an important point, Brian Allen, is that a lot of the complaints right now with, and this is something you touched on too, Hines, with the big guys is it's hard to access, it's too much money, and it's a little bit too much time. OVW is going the complete opposite direction. It's not going to be in just wrestling, guys, where we get tired of overconsumption and spending too much money and giving our money to these things that we can't own in terms of like streaming services. Like this is going to continue in all facets, and it's already reached wrestling, and this is one of those things where wrestling's a little bit ahead of the zeitgeist in terms of people getting fed up with it. But there's something as strange as it sounds where YouTube sounds tangible almost. YouTube has a sense of ownership almost that a streaming service doesn't give you, that that Peacock and ESPN and Tubi and all this stuff doesn't give you. Like YouTube, because it's a more intimate platform, you can give more ownership to it.
Comments.
And I do think that is going to serve OVW in the long term, whether or not that's national, international TV deals, I don't know. But in the long term and fan engagement, which is what wrestling is all about and has always been about. And wrestling fans are never going to stop being wrestling fans. They're just going to find something else that serves them. When people get fed up with the big guys, I think OVW has really primed themselves to be. And guess what? They have big guy shine. Yeah. If you're a fan of OVW, or if you're a fan of wrestling, you know exactly what OVW is, and you know exactly who Al Snow is.
Yeah.
It's just something I was thinking about. We've had like the last 4 days off, so I've had a lot of time.
To echo your point about YouTube, if it wasn't for YouTube, you wouldn't be able to watch us right now.
That's true.
I mean, we're right. That's where we are. Look around, guys. This is YouTube.
Yeah.
Everybody do the Brady Bunch look around. There we go.
All right, guys. So every Thursday, Hot Point Davis Arena, 5:45 p.m. OVW Rise, OVW Overdrive. That's as far as we know. We're going to hear more stuff about special events and live events and all of that stuff as we get further into 2026. But as of right now, think about attending Rise at 4400 Shepherd's Road at 5:45 p.m. when the doors open. And let's go ahead and
Tough Love at the end of February. We know.
Do you have a date?
Yeah, give me a second here. Let me produce
No,
While I'm doing that, let me just say that I think what will end up being the wild card for OVW is the fact that they do have they do have a reality show that they are filming right now that will give people that added sense of, and we know that worked real well back in the day.
Yeah, no, it was something. I mean, it's a page right out of their own playbook, so to speak. And the other guys in that time, I think that wrestlers on Netflix took a more kind of like third party approach to it.
Right.
But AEW did their backstage thing back in 2019, 2020. And what's WWE's backstage thing?
Unreal.
Unreal. Yeah. So they're
now
doing
they
it
have
too.
one too.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just, I think that if anything, if I could make a guess, the OVW taped and released one is going to be a little bit more in the vein of Unreal and the AEW one. I think it's going to be less like Wrestlers on Netflix, because I do think Wrestlers on Netflix was ultimately journalistic and not necessarily an entertainment product or a content product.
Right.
But I'm gonna watch it either way.
Right.
No, of course.
We'll cover it here either way.
So Tough Love is the 15th of February.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Okay.
March Mayhem is March 15th.
Oh, back to
then for some reason an episode of Rise on April 14th has already been announced. That's on Tuesday, so that Thursday there must not be. That must be WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And
it's also the day before Tax
April
Day.
26th, there'll be a Saturday night special. These things are all what's on YouTube, and all the way to May. So they've already released the dates all the way through May 17th of their premium events.
And that's on OVWrestling.com?
All that's on Facebook. Tickets, when they come available, will be at OVWrestling.com.
All right.
So, yeah.
Let's get into... We're going to do the same thing we did last week. We're going to cover the Thursday show, The Rise, kind of quickly, and then we're going to expand a little bit more on the Nightmare Rumble, which came out this past Sunday. I'll go first, just like last week. Bout number 1 of Rise 1378 was between Carter Kaufman, Bobby Thunder, Janie Hartman, and Lilith Grimm. This was a match to decide who would come out halfway at the halfway point. Number 10 in the Women's Rumble. Carter Kaufman took that victory.
Bout 2, we had a fatal 4-way where the winner gets to enter at number 15 in the Rumble. It was Tommy Boy with lovely Miss Larkin accompanying him. Aston Adonis, Eric Surge, and Jake Lawless. And Tommy Boy got the win. Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah, that was it.
Sure did.
Yep.
So bout 3, we had a 4 corners tag team match. That was the hour 1 main event. It was for the number 1 contender for the OVW Tag Championships. It was Z-Force, Los Desafios, Sin City Outlaws, and Level 3. Z-Force takes the win there and gets the match at the Nightmare Rumble.
That was a good one.
Then we see Icon Lee take on TW3. TW3 stays in the turkey suit. Icon Lee takes the victory.
Then we had bout number 5. This was for number 1, the first entrant in the Nightmare Rumble and the last one for the women's side. Lovely Miss Larkin, again, with Tommy Boy. That's a connection growing right now. And then Dayami with lovely Miss Larkin taking the win.
That puts her in at number 30. Number 20.
20, yeah.
Yep.
About number 6.
And by extension, Dayami
Yeah,
at
it was
number 1.
number 1.
Yeah, unfortunately for her.
Famine or feast matches, they call those.
Yeah. Same rules apply for the next bout. Drew Hernandez versus Cal Hero. Drew Hernandez comes out on top, meaning Cal Hero is numero uno.
And then I guess that's the end.
So what do you guys think of this Rise kind of generally before we move along?
It was a good setup to the Nightmare.
Yeah.
There were stakes, man. Those were big stakes.
A good debut from Bobby Thunder, too.
Yes.
Yeah, her first appearance. What did you think of we opened and closed with talking segments here, starting with Dustin Jackson and Cal Hero, and they're both going to enter the Rumble, and then Crixus and Zoe beat the heck out of each other.
They sure did, man.
They should have let him fight.
Yeah.
I mean, which brings me to JBL.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of? I think JBL was having the time of his life.
He was.
I think he gets a kick out of being on commentary at OVW, and he's funny. He's really funny. He kind of has a classic throwback vibe. Like the jokes are like backhanded Bobby Heenan compliments, stuff like that. So I really appreciate it. You know, it's going to be a good episode when JBL's behind the desk.
Well, one of the things too that I loved about JBL's commentary over both nights was he's obviously, like, when he makes reference, this guy reminds me of this. He's talking about the people that he loves in wrestling.
Yeah.
And like there's something just so funny about JBL, the wrestling guy. You know, that bloody match with Eddie Guerrero, the tough character, the cowboy hat, the John Dutton stuff. You know, like, it's so funny to hear him just kind of gush about things that he admires. And you know what I found out? JBL's a cat guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I must have missed that particular reference.
No, this is some reporting.
Insider.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Well, with that being said, this is a message to JBL.
Psst, psst, psst. Psst, psst, psst. I don't think he's actually like a cat guy.
But I don't think he's
listening to this. Maybe there's a cat with him, and I was speaking to the cat. So,
all right. Speak about the first match of the evening, Brian Hines. The Only Bros versus Sin City Outlaws.
Nightmare Rumble 2026 starts off with the Only Bros versus Sin City Outlaws with Janie Hartman And wow, what a hell of a match. I feel like we are witnessing the beginning of a years-long feud between these two young teams. It was a hell of a match. Hell of a match from both sides. Only Bros looked more determined and more dangerous than ever, and Sin City Outlaws definitely pulled out all the stops, tried every way they could get the win, hook or by crook. I mean, what a great way to start this first pay-per-view of the 2026.
That's exactly the words me and your cousin Weston said after this match. I mean, we gush over Only Bros. We're probably some of their biggest fans.
Oh, he is definitely their biggest fan. If it wasn't for them, he wouldn't have come to the very first Nightmare Rumble last year. That was his first event. And I wish I could have been there. If you missed this, Brian Allen was there in person. I was not able to make it, but my cousin came down from Columbus, so they sat together and got to watch this whole thing in its entirety. And thank you for keeping an eye on him while I wasn't able to make it.
No, I thank you for getting it hooked up where he was able to give me a good seat, man, because that place, again, got packed quick.
Yeah.
It was awesome to be able to watch it with him and his group. And this match, man, we were already, basically fangirl, and the night just started. But we were just like, hey, this is crazy. Fantastic way to start the night. It set the tone perfectly. This was just a match, man. I know that sounds stupid, but these boys are just getting down after it. Like, it was straight grabs. It was wrestling grabs, man.
I am so impressed every few months when I get to see Boy Toy Troy.
Yes.
How much he's grown as a wrestler. There's an element of, and I know this is going to sound mean, and I don't want it to sound that mean, but with both of these teams over the last year, we've stopped watching them play pretend. Like, these guys are wrestlers now.
Yes, they
These
are.
guys can call their own matches. They can do their own thing. They can trust each other, and they know how to work together as a team. Like, and I'm talking about both teams here. I'm talking about the Sin City Outlaws and the Only Bros. We've seen a lot more Sin City Outlaws over the last year on television than we have Only Bros. But, like, I am so impressed by both of their growth, and probably no one more than Boy Toy Troy. Really, really, really love to see just this confidence that he has. Man. Yeah, and I thought this was a really, really fun little match. It was a little, I'm an Only Bros guy, just like everyone else here at the table. But I was a little confused that the Sin City Outlaws didn't pull out the victory, just because we've seen them so much more on Rise and on other premium shows. But a good win for the Only Bros here.
Absolutely, man.
I was glad to see it.
So we are going Sans clips again this week, right? No clips.
Yes. Unfortunately, we don't have clips.
That's okay.
Should get back to them next week.
Brian Allen, take us away.
Yeah.
This is your.
Yeah.
These are some of your people, man.
Yeah, you're right. So about 2 of the night, we got something that was. My request was kind of fulfilled. I was like, you know what? It was one of my predictions of who we see maybe returning the Women's Rumble. I threw a name out there. I was like, hey, Tegan Thorne. It's been a little bit. Let's see her come out. And before we even got to the Rumble, we got Tegan Thorne. So I was very happy about that. But against her was Ava Brooks, who debuted on OVW not too long ago, I'm pretty sure. And it was good to see her again. Absolutely. I was surprised. This was a match that, as far as I know, wasn't announced on the card. But to see that on PLE like this, just something where, it's 2 people that haven't, been on the past few Rises or anything. So when they came out, I was like, oh, that's a pleasant surprise. It's like a nice little. The first match that was the appetizer. Bout 2 was like, second appetizer. We're gonna keep pleasing you before you even get to the meat. We're getting the platter, the sampler. That's it. Yeah. Before we even get to the. No championship matches yet. No Rumbles yet. So
you still have like salads and rolls to look forward to.
They were.
Maybe this is the soup course.
Yes, that's now. We're
so
at the
this is your first Nightmare Rumble, isn't it, Brian?
Yes, it was.
So they say wrestling doesn't have seasons, but OVW kind of has seasons.
They do.
The Nightmare Rumble really is kind of the let's welcome a bunch of people back, let's set things up that kind of work all year. Like we discovered a couple years ago that the Revolution storyline, which we have our sign right there that the fan made, the first seeds of that, which didn't come out until the summer, were planted at the Nightmare Rumble.
Man, that I'm glad you said that, broke that down with just the seasonal aspect, because they that's the sense I've gotten, since keeping up with everything. Mm-hmm. They do an excellent job.
You
with
guys,
that, man.
either of you think differently?
Oh no, I totally agree. When January 1st hits, it's just right around the corner, and they do such a good job of like kind of putting that vibe out into the air. It kind of permeates, like, well, Rumble will be here before you know it, and then that just kind of gets the year off to a rapidly running start. So, yeah, I believe that they do a fantastic job of that, and this was a perfect example.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Tegan, Ava, these were two like very contrasting styles on the spectrum, but when it started to come together as the match went on, I was like, I'm seeing the vision here. Hold on now. I want to see them go at it again. Throw it on the next Rise or whenever you want to do it, but I want to see a little more from this after getting this.
Well, and I think with Tegan not being in the Rumble, having her take the victory here in a solos match, she actually gains a little bit more heading into 2026, the early part of 2026, than she would have as just a face in the Rumble.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
Tegan Thorne takes the victory.
Yep.
I guess it's my turn. Is it my turn?
It is.
OVW Tag Team title match between the current champions, Donovan Cecil and Jack Vaughn, or the champions heading into the match, I guess I should say. And the Z-Force, Kid Colossus and Super Z, they won their number one contendership at the Rise previous to the Nightmare Rumble. Okay, so now that Larkin isn't with Donovan Cecil and Jack Vaughn anymore, I do think that any excuse, like right now, for them not to just be dominant, violent champions is kind of out the window. Now is kind of like the perfect time in storyline to ignite that version of Jack Vaughn and Donovan Cecil that I think all of us have been excited to see, some of us more vocal to see.
Yeah.
And I thought that this was it. I thought that Jack Vaughn not tagging out Donovan Cecil right at the beginning of the match to go after Kid Colossus is a testament to how much because that's 3 months ago. That's Jack Vaughn's like, no, you got the big guy.
Yeah.
I think it's a testament to how far that they've come. I think it's a testament to the violence that we're going to continue to see from them, and I think that they should hold on to those belts for a really long time if they keep wrestling like this.
Yeah. Beforehand, when Therapist Larkin was in the picture, we kind of called them Couples Therapy, but now I kind of feel like if we were going to give them a new team name, it would be Angry and Angrier.
Okay.
Because, they both just came with the attitude of, we're going to beat your ass and take these titles, and we're going to go home.
Yep.
And, for all intents and purposes, I love Super Z. I love Kid Colossus, but, man.
The best team.
Yeah.
Wow. Absolutely.
Not really the odd couple anymore.
No. Now it's the bald couple.
Well, and you know who I thought had, there was some stuff that Super Z was pulling out against Donovan here that I had, I was like, I want to kind of see more of this. Like the part, Donovan has him, he's about to either drop him for a suplex or power slam him, and Super Z just hits the punch on his way down. I was like, these
amazing.
Guys got
they
some
were,
chemistry.
Yeah.
I want about 14 more of these matches.
Please,
don't get me wrong.
Yeah. That dynamic with Z and Donovan, it was perfect, because a lot of the crowd was like, especially some of the newer people there, they're like, oh, this guy's going to get killed. Every second he gets grabbed like that, because, there were bits of it.
I think Super Z goes up for a choke slam at one point on Don. You're like, there was some
there was
stuff.
parts, But like you said, there were others that were just like, oh, hold on. Yeah. Okay, he's there. And these two teams have gotten action before. I don't think it's been just straight up against each other, but in the form of big tag matches going on where there were other groups. But to see Donovan Cecil and Kid Colossus finally get just that face-to-face, people have been wanting that. I know I've been wanting that.
We even got a mini sumo match.
We did,
out
yeah.
of that.
Yeah, that was it. Just straight up, just man, going at it. I don't want to say the term I was going to say, because never mind. But it's meat on meat. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Pause.
Big man slapping man meat.
That's it. And it was fantastic, man. This was my favorite match so far I've seen out of either group. This was just the favorite for me right now, man.
Also, PG-13 gets a little bit after the end of the match.
Yep.
They didn't stop just because they won, which again is a little different than the Donovan and Jack that we have been seeing.
Yeah.
A little more violent, a little more angry. And also, while we're talking about intensity being turned up, the Z-Force came and met that intensity being turned up. We can't forget, the last time we saw the Z-Force, this is the silliest match of all time. The Grinch and Santa were in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay.
That's not a knock to them at all.
No,
That's
no,
what I
no.
love them for.
No.
That's why I love them,
But
because they will give us something like that.
It can get down either way.
It's them
anyway.
having two gears. Yeah. It's them being able to do whatever they're asked to do and serve the story. Like, it's very, very good stuff. Really, really enjoyed this match. Thought the right people won. I want to see more violence from these guys. I want to see more violence. I've been saying it for close to a year at this point. Jack Vaughn and Donovan Cecil should be the scariest, most violent dudes in the entire company. And hopefully we get to that point.
Yeah.
One more thing about the Z-Force. I think it's fair to say they're probably the best utility players in OVW, because they can go to the silly and they can go to the serious, and they feel threatening, despite having weird costumes and an obsession with thumbs up.
Yeah. Absolutely, man.
Which one of you guys want to take us away on our 2026 Women's Nightmare Rumble?
Should we?
That's too big for one person.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't even know.
Go through and
Both of you guys take it away.
we'll each take turns naming somebody in this match.
Yeah. Please, let's do it.
Let's see. Do we have the actual? So it's who starts?
So we started with Dayami.
Dayami's number one. That she I guess lost the opportunity to be number 10.
Yep, on
against
that
Carter
rise.
Kaufman on Rise.
Yeah.
Yep.
So she starts at number 1.
Let's start with this. Was there anybody who popped in that you didn't expect, or was there somebody you expected that you didn't see?
So Alexis Littlefoot and I go to the same movie theater.
Do you really?
Yeah, I see her all the time. I've never
Awesome.
I've never introduced myself to her.
Oh, that's
okay.
awesome.
But like I see her all the time when I go to the movies.
That's
awesome.
That's a unique Kentucky story.
Yeah,
We should take a break and talk about it.
Yeah. There's a few reasons why I've never introduced myself to her. She's very intimidating.
That's fair.
I was so happy to see, and we only really see her around the first of the year every year, but I'm always happy when we get to see some Lilith Grimm. Lilith Grimm makes my soul happy when she comes out with the hammer and the angle grinder.
Yeah.
If I was thinking last week too, Lilith Grimm, I should have taken over Holly Dead on predictions. If I was thinking last week on fans, that's who I should.
Well, Holly Dead, did not pay out for you that I remember.
No,
unfortunately.
Well, my pick to win the Rumble did not make their appearance.
No,
it was Tatovic.
Well, and there might be a reason for that.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So
I guess we should go ahead and say that Tatovic got signed to AEW over the weekend.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's
good for you.
Exceptional. That's awesome news, man.
That is fantastic.
Yeah. Valid reason to miss this, miss things.
Yeah.
To ruin my prediction, man. No.
So, is it time to talk about Shalance?
Well, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say Shalance's obviously the biggest one, but I thought Maddie the American Baddie came out here. We talk a lot about the 2020, like the Rumble and how they make somebody. I think that the Carter Kaufman kind of got a bigger spot than I ever imagined.
We could take the next 20 minutes talking about Carter. Exceptional. That was awesome.
I want to shout out Haley J having all the aura in the world, even though she's wearing a tracksuit.
That's what we said. Everyone's got their attire and fits on, and Haley comes out, chucks, sweats, shirt, and just going to work.
What's up?
But obviously, I mean, Shalance. So I had gotten tipped off about Shalance the night before. So I wasn't. I knew it was coming, but I held my breath obviously until I saw it happen, because that's a big. It's wrestling, man. Anything could happen.
Yeah.
But I thought not only her returning, her looking as good as she did, just physically as good as she did, her having a big spot in this, I'm very optimistic about her chances at returning long term. I do not know anything about that.
Right.
But I did hear that she was in town for the Rumble.
She's so quick now. Is it just me, or did she seem quicker in the ring to you guys?
This was as feisty and athletic as I think we've ever seen her. And still with the microphone, still hitting the high notes while she's giving somebody the beat down. I mean, I absolutely love that.
And we haven't seen her since Pikeville, which would have been August of 24,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We saw her a little. I think she had an appearance in Davis right after that.
Right, basically to say, I'm injured. Yeah. Doug Basham is, and then left.
Yeah.
Leading up to, I mean, just since we've been doing this show, y'all have floated her name out and, said how exceptional she was. So during this Rumble, when that theme music hit and I kind of saw what that was about, I was like, yeah, that's her. That's Solange. Okay. And then the whole gimmick and her entire deal and just what makes her so cool was instant, just how she, the same, man.
You knew right away.
Yeah, knew right away what was going on. I was like, that's why they loved her so much.
Siren.
Yeah. I was like, that kind of was one of the steal the show moments for me. Just it's such a cool act. I mean, good Lord.
And
awesome, man.
I think as far as people that I was surprised got a big pop and then thought about it for 15 seconds and realized why they got a big pop, Janie Hartman. People. As soon as she walked out, we're on top of Janie Hartman. People are looking forward to seeing Janie Hartman solo more in the ring.
Yeah.
I think that 2026 could bring the Janie Hartman solo project, to full force. Maybe she goes her separate ways from Sin City. But I think people are very, very excited to see her come out and have been excited to see her come out.
She had a chip on the shoulder. She got tossed earlier, so when that music hit, she's ready to go.
It's true.
I thought that for my money, I thought Bobby Thunder had a hell of a performance.
I liked her.
She did.
Yeah,
she
was cool.
Yeah, she was in there for a good long time.
She was.
Made her presence known. So I hope that we see more from her. Thursday was her debut, right?
I think
so. Sure, yeah.
Okay, well, I hope that we see more from Bobby Thunder coming up sooner than later.
So Larkin takes the victory.
Yeah.
Over the wild card re-entry of Hollywood.
Yeah.
I think that's
baby,
important.
That's how it had to go.
Yeah.
That's how it had to go.
Yeah.
And you know what? Here's what they can do is oh, Haley, she wasn't even on her again. She didn't even bring her gear. Now she can come out here and you're it's right there. And I know I just put over how cool Haley, because she is cool and can get away with just being in a tracksuit.
Yeah, she can.
But the next time she comes out and it's the full package, Hollywood Haley J. I wasn't ready for you last time. I'm not gonna take this sitting down, and then Larkin still beats her. By the way, that's gonna be a big moment here in the beginning part of 2026.
Yeah.
Not saying that. It's gonna happen, but I think that story is easy. Would be
right
easy
there.
to tell.
It could easily happen.
Yeah, I think that story is easy to tell.
Get that woman her furry hat.
Yeah. Do you guys have anything else from the Royal Rumble? I have a couple of takeaways.
Nightmare Rumble,
please.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Killa Kai.
Oh man, don't get me started.
Collectively, everybody was like, no.
Yeah.
And she was out in a matter of seconds, and I feel like Maddie the American Baddie got the Hema treatment.
She
from a couple years ago.
Oh
where Hema
yeah,
enters
you're
the
never
ring
forgiving Hema for that.
I mean, it wasn't her fault. People were just like, she goes running across the ring, and they give her the low bridge, and then poof, like that.
Maddie was throwing some mean suplexes in there,
she
brother.
was.
I don't know.
She
man.
got in when she could, man.
She got it a little more than Hema. You gotta give her
a little, but that's not saying a
you gotta
lot.
give her some credit.
Yeah, Hema never stopped her motion across the ring.
No, she made one trip through the ring and then back to
I gotta
the
see this clip.
dressing room.
It's like his favorite thing ever. He doesn't stop talking.
He said back to the dressing room.
I mentioned it once in over a year and a half. So
it's Nightmare Rumble season. That it
Right?
comes up every Nightmare Rumble.
It's relevant.
I'm about to go through the footage. I'm about to put the tape together.
It's not that hard to find. We could go find it. It's like Nightmare Rumble 23.
Oh no,
or
about
24.
him. How many
Talking
times he's
about it,
mentioned
yeah.
it in the past year?
No, especially when she was in the Bad Girls Club. You're like, well, she got out of there in the Rumble.
Dude, the Bad Girls Club ruled. Bad Girls
Yeah.
Club was might be the best faction we've ever covered. Low key.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, Brian Hines?
They're definitely better than like the Overmen.
Oh my gosh. Well, there's a name I have forgotten about.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm sure glad that thing is over.
Ah, Jesus, really?
Well, that's
You
you
had
want
to
to talk
go
about
there.
the bad jokes. That's like the worst joke in the history of this show.
Yeah.
I did see EC3's leaving NWA though.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no.
So, just something maybe keep an eye on. I don't know. Brian Allen.
Yeah.
Take us away, please.
Yeah, I got you. So we have the men's Rumble.
These are in the order they came in.
Oh, I got you.
Okay.
I was wondering, so does it have the...
The women are not in full order. The men are in entry order.
I got you. There was Rush Division.
Yeah, there
match,
was
right?
the Rush Division match.
Is that on here?
After.
Was it after?
Yeah, so we'll go. It was after the men's Rumble, before the United States Rumble or the United States Championship, I think.
I was wondering. I couldn't remember. I was blanking out.
And Brendan Balling takes home the victory in that.
That was
brand
my
new
God.
champion.
Yeah.
Brand new
that
champion.
was fantastic.
That was a great match, too.
Brand new champion, Brendan Balling.
That was. There might have never been a better putting on of a product, a person, a thing than J.J. Lawson in this chat on the fan zone, telling us, "Hey, Ballin, yeah, y'all watch for him."
Well, I got some questions for J.J. Lawson, man, because I feel like he's got to be. I feel like he's got to be a little.
Oh,
salty.
I agree. No, that was my first.
Yeah.
That was my first thought.
This is a guy he put over, and he got there within the first week. And, let's not forget, J.J. Lawson's known Steven Steele for a long time, too. It wasn't too long before he walked in the division. Mm-hmm. He was a champion. So I feel like J.J. Lawson, he's got to be boiling under this a little bit, right?
As exciting as it was, that was my first thought. I was like, J.J. you gotta be next, bro. Man, come on, man.
Yeah.
I'm fighting for it.
Did Brandon beat... what's his name?
He pinned Hoda.
No,
he pinned
the
champion.
I mean, from the time he came to OVW to winning the championship, did he beat what's his name's record? Duck walk guy, the young guy who put you in the chicken face.
Buzz Backlund.
Buzz Backlund.
Oh,
did he beat Buzz Backlund?
He had to have.
In terms of time from debut to title,
Yeah, I feel like he had
I
to.
feel like
weeks.
he has to.
Yeah, because
it's been
Brandon
total
literally
3 weeks.
came in Thursday, right?
Yeah, the rise
Last
before
Thursday.
before chaos.
Yeah.
Pretty sure, yeah.
So yeah, just an incredibly quick run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that sequence between he and J.J. Lawson during that scramble match was just phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Those two going back and forth. That whole match really was a perfect example of what we've come to expect from the OVW Rush division in terms of scrambles. Like, more often than not, there's going to be a scramble at some point.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the same cast of characters that we got from 2025, but we got the same style, the same intensity, the same product.
Mm-hmm.
And Steven Steele threw everything for a curve for most of 2025, but I feel like the Rush division is soundly back in its place for 2026, and I am so excited to see that.
Yeah.
And congratulations, Brendan Balling.
Congratulations, man. Shoo-wee.
So let's do the Rumble
Go ahead.
now,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
Cal Hero enters at 1. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Evans, Dustin Jackson, Big Beef, Ryan Von Rocket. That's just the first handful of guys. Big Beef for returning Big Beef.
Great
Beef.
to see Big
Crowd
Beef.
loved Beef, man.
Yeah.
Beef is amazing.
Yeah.
If, early pre-revolution stuff, honestly, if I had the keys to the kingdom, or this was my career mode, my universe mode, Big Beef was, my champion,
Yeah, he was one of your favorites
yeah,
when we started this.
Because he's a hoss.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's the most believable dude, honestly, maybe other than, Cash Flow.
Dude who can actually hurt you.
Dude that I would be if I saw him in a bar,
Buy you a drink, sir.
Yeah, you say you were very polite to his girlfriend. That's all I'm gonna say. If you see either one of those MFers at a bar, you better be polite to his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Looks like he's slimmed down a lot too.
Beef? Oh yeah.
Been putting in
Same
the
with
work.
Cash.
He's
Same
still
with
out
Cash.
there,
He's been
doing it. He just hasn't been at OVW.
He's
He's been away from OVW for so long that he didn't even enter my memory in terms of who I thought could reappear. He's been gone that long, and that's one of the beautiful things about it. You're off, and then you kind of you're out of people's minds, and then a situation like this, there you are, and I was glad to see it.
No, I love Beef. Big reception for Beef.
And Von Rocket.
We've got. Oh yeah, and it's been months since we've seen Ryan Von Rocket. While we're at it, it's been months.
JBL called him the what was it? The Lost Freebird.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that sounds like something he was. That's in line with everything else he said during the evening.
Yeah, a lot of people in the comments section appreciated that.
We've got Glenn Spector, Kirk Okai, Justice Davis, Tony Gunn, Cannon Christopher, Brandon Davis, trying to move his way up the card there.
Good to see him.
Adam Revolver, Steven Steele, Jay De Niro, Tommy Boy De Niro, Tommy Boy Evans, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've got Eric Surge, Draco Bennett, Showtime Shanklin, Backwoods Brown, who I enjoyed quite a bit.
Backwood, man. When he came, his first time seeing Backwood, seeing him come out, that was my guy. I was.
Yeah, if we're doing like more like
awesome.
challenge exchange stuff, like GLCW to OVW challenge exchange stuff, let's get Backwood.
Let's get Backwoods. Yeah. I said, keep him in this building for as long as we can, man. We need more Backwoods.
Dude, what if you got like tutelage from like Jebediah? He's like teaching him how to like, I don't know, whittle or get honey out of honeycombs, whatever people do in the backwoods.
Right.
We also saw Icon Lee. We've got the media champion Jake Lawless. We've got Ashton Adonis, J3 Star Rider, Damone Salavino, a returning Mount Kadim, TW3 in the turkey suit, Cash Daniel, Anthony Toatelli, Drew Hernandez. And not only do we see all of those, Drew Hernandez, of course, comes out at 30.
Mm-hmm.
So the right that he won at Rise this past week. We've got a wild card in the form of Tony Evans entering from position 2 back to the last position. That's a dangerous spot for Tony Evans.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost too good for a guy like Tony Evans. It's almost too obvious for a guy like Tony Evans.
With a faction behind him.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. I thought Tony Tony Evans was like the definition of like just like a guy who can get heat and then like lose. You know, like that's like now that he's got the whole thing behind him, the whole unit, the family, and he's dissected other people's families to build his own, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, this version of him is like so far away from where I saw him a year ago, or what I thought that were going to end up doing with him a year ago, just because his skills are such that of like a guy who can get heat, lose, and then generate more heat. But this is like long-term sustained power grabbing from Tony Evans in a way that we really haven't seen prior to this.
Mm-hmm.
I really like where Tony's at right now.
A deepening. I love the note that he would strike, but he was sort of a one-note dude for a while. And now we're seeing chords being played. We're seeing there's a depth that is coming into this. The manipulation is there.
He's actually become smarter than everybody else.
It's called the Hushining.
He's pulling the strings, man. I see that.
Yeah.
I see that.
No, exactly. He was, back when it was just him and Jay, it was like they had one play. They like one play in the book. Now, like, he's writing the book.
He is. That's the quote, man. That.
You know what's did it always feel like Jay was just trying to get out from under him for the whole time?
That was always the story.
Yeah.
In the way that Drew is not looking for that as Jay, as the subsequent Jay. He is comfortable in his role for now, apparently. In a way, Jay, though never saying a word, never was.
Well, and even post breakup and into the Tommy Boy stuff, that was still Jay's motivation. There was still always that through line of I only messed around with that guy and did the dirty things that I did to better myself, my family's position, and to bring my family to OVW. It was consistent. There's been a consistent through line with it. And now that he's, in a feud with his family, basically, there's still that through line because he's still fighting for his family and like keeping them together, and some sort of I don't know, making sure that Tommy gets his little ass kicked at some point. I think is an element of it too.
Literally spanked.
Yep.
Yeah.
No belt. He's just hand to ass.
Yeah. No, it happened. But I think that the spanking is like perfect Rumble stuff. Like,
it is.
Like lighten up comedy spot. I think that you still need a one-on-one blow off down the line with Tommy Boy and Jay.
Oh sure.
And then further down the line, probably one between Jay and Tony.
That's cinema.
I agree.
Anything else, guys, while we're talking about the Men's Nightmare Rumble? I'd love to see Cash Daniel back.
Oh, man.
In terms of, like, how I felt when when I watched it, and then when I went back and rewatched it, this really had like the energy that you expect from the bigger guys in the game.
Yep.
It really did. I mean, the whole match itself was a spectacle. It's like you knew who every single person in this match was, whether they are
for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, whether they are actively on the roster and you see them every week,
yes,
or they're returning after a long leave of absence or whatever.
Especially during the NWA stuff, it was a little like,
yeah.
But who is this?
This was like nothing but superstars.
And superstars in the universe of OVW.
Yes. Yes. And in my head, that translates to like the big LJN toys. On the box or the card, it says wrestling superstars. This match was a Rumble full of wrestling superstars. It had that kind of weight. It had that kind of intensity. And the whole thing was incredible. The way it ended was great, even though we see there's going to probably be some tension between Tony Evans and Drew Hernandez down the road for telling Drew at the very, very end of this, go ahead and eliminate yourself and I'll take care of the rest. I feel like that was a setup for that, and there were like a few other storylines that were kind of a setup in this. But my only complaint is I feel like this match went on forever. And as a fan, it wasn't. I don't have a problem with that as far as the match itself. I thought that was great. It's great to get a long match like that that has plenty of room to breathe. You can tell lots of stories. But I really feel bad for Zoe and Crixus because I feel like it put them in a difficult position. They still had to have this match even though they were like way over time.
Yeah.
We should have gotten
like
a good 20-minute match from Zoe and Crixus, just like we should have gotten like a much longer long form match between Cal Hero and Jamin Olivencia.
Well, and to kind of talk, I guess, about like the first point that you made there when he's asking Drew Hernandez to eliminate himself. Drew Hernandez, of course, doesn't. There is kind of the, did he do that because he still wants to win, or did he do that because he's in there with Cash Daniel, who looks like the fucking Rock and the Smashing Machine?
Even bigger than he did last time.
Dude, he looks like Dan Severn.
Every bit of an SEC linebacker,
dude.
man.
He's massive.
I'm older school, so for me, he's like more like Ted Arcidi. He was like the world's strongest man for a while back in the 80s.
Yeah, no, I mean, he looks ridiculously large. I wouldn't. Tony Evans should have known a little bit better, man. Like,
right?
Let's not send him out yet.
Yeah. Let's not send Drew Hernandez out yet.
What's the point in paying for an insurance policy if you're going to cancel it right before you need it?
But Drew was smart enough to stay in there. Drew, of course, comes back and attacks Cash Daniels and kind of saves Tony's ass a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of feedback from the comment section this past week on the booking of this match.
I need to check it out.
A lot of people questioning why you bring Cash Daniel back and beat him, and why you bring Mal Kadim back and beat him. And I'm just like, it's a little different than if this is like one-on-one matches. Rumbles is kind of,
Rumbles.
Yeah.
There are also people questioning in the women's match, Killa Kai. It's like, yeah, of course she got beat. They all knew she was a threat and joined together. Like, watch a Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are
Rumble. There you go. Yeah.
Just like, I don't know, watch one.
I wasn't happy about the early elimination, but I got it.
Yeah,
I understood
no, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what did you all think of Kadim specifically? I don't think we've really talked about him and Shannon the Dude coming back.
Total curveball.
Yeah.
He's massive.
I might have heard about that one too.
Did you? Did anybody think Shannon was maybe going to get in the ring for a second?
No.
I would say I'm not tenured enough to not kind of hope that it would happen. I kind of hoped it would have. But,
oh, sure. We all hope it
yeah,
would
yeah,
happen,
right.
We know that it's not.
Yeah.
And to your point, Jacqueline, as far as like the people in the comments section saying this and that and the other. So here's how I kind of look at the Nightmare Rumble. They say, the first day of the new year is like the first page of a book, and make it the best, write your own story and make it the best one you can make it. This, I feel like, is the table of contents for 2026. Mm-hmm. We're going to see more, in theory, Cash Daniel. We're going to see more Mount Kadim. We're going to see more Tegan Thorne. maybe Lilith Grimm too.
Carter Kaufman.
Carter Kaufman. Yeah, she definitely.
Yeah, she's gonna be all over 26.
Like there's nobody. I'm being serious. There's nobody that defines that, like, who are they trying to tell you is going to be a big year more than Carter Kaufman out of both of these Rumbles combined.
And I thought what you were talking about with the men's Rumble a few minutes ago, Brian, is also pretty true of the women's Rumble too. That it was, that there was kind of a depth, and it was all superstars.
Yeah.
I felt like I knew every woman in that match, and that's even often that has been even less true for the women's Rumble because they have to cast such a wide net to fill a 20-woman Rumble.
That's true. Yeah.
But I felt like everybody, I felt really kind of tuned in and locked in with it and really enjoyed it.
No, and I think that we can kind of move on to our final match of the evening. I can't remember which one of you guys said it, but whichever one of you guys said it, you nailed it. I thought it was ran a little short, felt like it was a little tacked on.
Yep.
I still thought, though, that it was the right thing to do, have Crixus, like, work the leg. You can't hit it's plain as day old school wrestling stuff. Like, and that's the type of stuff that can end fast. Yeah. And honestly, it would be a little too much for Crixus to get brutalized for a few minutes and come back on this amazing, like, babyface, like, hot streak like he did the last time he fought Zoe. I mean, it would be a little too much of the same, right?
Yeah.
So I think it is better just to have him with a more kind of quick, definitive loss here. Crixus is a great chaser.
Yeah, he is.
And that will be, you mentioned the signpost or the table of contents for 2026. There's our first 6 months, or at least first 4, is Crixus, the chaser of the U.S. title. Zoe, the champion. And then however that shakes out. So any other final thoughts here, guys, before we send it off?
Yeah, I want to also build off that point about how it just kind of felt at the end where you had this big Rumble and all that going on, and then you had this to follow it. When that bell rung, when Tony won, a good chunk. It was it was still a good crowd, but there was a few very noticeable chunk of people that had to go.
Yeah.
Because you the ones with kids and stuff, and you know how that goes. It's where these are on Sunday now. They talked about it into the fan zone a bit too.
Yeah, it was a big point of contention.
Yeah, where it's on a Sunday now, that stuff, unfortunately, when a show just, it's you fit in 2 Rumbles. When it runs that long, it's inevitable that
you saw
that sort
50
of thing happens.
people wrestle.
Yeah, and some people were like, we were here, when doors open, so they're there. It was almost 5 hours at that point.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because doors opened at like 4:45.
Yeah.
As I understand it.
Yeah.
I mean, to your point, that played into why I wasn't able to be there.
Right.
I mean, it's difficult for single parents who have to facilitate a drop off on a Sunday. Like I dropped my son off to his mom. We were supposed to meet at 5:00 in Moorhead. Ran a little bit late. Talked for a little bit. Got to meet his new dog. She was pretty awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
But that put me leaving Moorhead at 6:00 as the bell rang. And I wasn't going to be able to get 2 hours across the state before like 8:00. Yeah. So, I mean, I was still willing to do it ordinarily, but by that time, like I wasn't exactly feeling well last week. My shoulder had been giving me a lot of problems, so I just went home and watched it in my PJs from my bed. And I was still able to, get all the everything out of it that I wanted, but I just wasn't able to be there in person, unfortunately. So I'm hoping that the next time that will be different. But there are a lot of people who have have a lot of valid complaints about that. And people like it on Saturday, people like it on Sunday, but it is, logistically speaking, more difficult for more people, especially ones with children or who are traveling, to make a Sunday show rather than a Saturday show. But I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And with all of that said, the 2 guys that got this slot, they still brought it, man.
Yeah.
Like you said, they played.
No one you can depend on more, really.
Exactly. Yeah, and the way you put it with how how the match went on and the storyline they played in with injury and whatnot, and just what the stuff they worked in. That was the way to do it. So still, at the end of the night, it was the perfect. Earlier we got the samplers and then the appetizers and entrees with 2 rumbles. This was the cherry on top of the dessert, man.
Yeah,
that was it.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this week. For all of us here at the OVW podcast, the original podcast of How About Wrestling, thank you guys so much for listening. Like and subscribe. It really helps, and we will see you soon.